So let's get into the complete summary of One Piece Chapter 1129, right after the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and before diving into the content of this video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you won't miss anything. Well, let's get to the video. The chapter has 17 pages. The title of chapter 1129 is Lived All. Cover story says, Yamato the Ogre Child's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 16 says, Yamato arrives at Amigasa village and we see Otama training with Shinobu, who has grown fat again. The chapter starts where the last one ended. The townspeople see the fire in the room through the cracks in the mirror and panic. The sun god steps into the diorama and sees the skeleton of the ear god in the forest. Its real name was Gluttabunny in Japanese, and it was a very fierce meat-eating rabbit. The sun god becomes furious. Sun god says, "How dare you ruin my temple and hurt my servants?" Luffy tells Iskat, the giant cat, to avoid destroying buildings since he doesn't want to ruin the sun god's Lego work. Nami memorizes the entire map and throws it away. Then she explains how the layout of the entire giant room is. Nami says, "If you look closely, the clouds are just cotton hanging from the ceiling. All we have to do is keep going in a straight line. We are already halfway through this nation." We can see the full map of the sun god room says, the diorama takes up 2/3 of the room, and the sun god's temple, where the giant wood table is, takes up the other third of the room. Bigstein Castle is in the middle of the diorama. The town, forest, and spring water are at the back of the diorama. The great tree is stuck to the mirror at the back. The great tree is not 100% complete, only half of it is. The sun god tries to capture them with an iron net that comes out of his staff, but Zoro and Sanji easily destroy it. They reach the other side of the Lego Nation. Usopp destroys the mirror with his green star skull bomb grass, but the wall behind the mirror remains intact. The sun god says this is fun too. He appreciates the fact that there's now evil, heroes, and tales of struggle in this miniature world he's created. He wants them all to stay and become his lived all. The sun god speaks exactly like Wanakuni Samurai and uses a lot of otaku terms. Lol. Sun god says, "Powerless dolls fighting against destiny. This is peak fiction. How pathetic, yet courageous. I shall be moved to tears. How right it was to receive you into this nation. Luffy Tasso, Zoro Tasso, Nami Tasso, Uso Tasso, San Tasso, Cho Tasso." Nami says, "Wait, how does he know who we are?" Chopper says, "What is Tasso?" Translator's note, Tasso is an old Japanese honorific suffix that is nowadays used affectionately for manga anime characters. Luffy says, "All right, I'm going to open a hole now with a bit of Gear 4th. Luffy stretches out his left arm and turns it into Gear 4th form. But this time, Luffy only transforms his arm, not his entire body like he did in the past. Nami is very irritated with the sun god and talks to Usopp. Nami says, "Hey Usopp, a natural disaster is no one's fault, right?" Usopp says, "Huh? I mean, yeah, with earthquakes, floods, or lightning strikes, no one will be blamed for those things." Sanji says, "I totally agree. Nami-san, I completely understand your anger. I've been fuming all this time too. This guy changed Nami-san's clothes. I'll kick him to pieces with my foot." Nami says, "That guy really forced us through all this horror. To be honest with you, he infuriates me." Usopp says, "Yeah, but..." The giant, Sanji, gets in the middle of their conversation. He's crying with a furious face. Hilarious, lol. Nami says, "No, Sanji, not that far, but I'm sure judgment will come down from heaven." Sun God says. Then a flashback starts that takes place shortly before the present. We discover that the sun god is actually Road, the navigator of the new giant warrior pirates. The giant pirate crew led by Hajrudin. We see that the crow Mugen carried the Thousand Sunny to Road. Road says, "Mugen, what did you bring me this time?" "What? That's the Straw Hat crew." Shouldn't they be with the giant warrior pirates right now? They aren't awake? They seem to be sleeping soundly. Don't tell me their voyage to Egghead was through the sleeping fog area. Road remembers the moment when Hajrudin decided to join the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Road says, "Dafufufu, I've never been happy with that idiot Hajrudin making me a subordinate of this guy too. Road holds Luffy and Nami in the palm of his hands. Road fancies Nami a lot. He got very excited when he saw her body. I, a proud member of the new giant warrior pirates, as this guy's subordinate, warriors of Elbaf, the strongest in the world, submitting to a puny human. Has he no pride? Road says, look at this small weak body, but this one. C can be my best girl, Nami Tasso. Suddenly, Nami and the others begin to wake up, but Road puts them back to sleep with more sleeping gas. Road says, I'll have you sleep for a little longer, and the next time your eyes open, de-foo-foo. Back to the present, Road still talks to the Straw Hat crew. De-foo-foo-foo-foo. You shall benefit from remaining missing, forever with me. I can't stand being under you, but reigning above. However... Nami says, are you ready, Zeus? Zeus says, ready as can be, Nami. Road says, what? I don't remember making these. While Road was talking, Nami and Zeus created a massive storm cloud on the ceiling of the diorama. Then they attack Road with a powerful lightning strike. Nami says, here we go then, Rei-Te. Ja! Townspeople say, what? Sun God. In the amazing final double page of the chapter, Luffy is ready to open a hole in the wall while the crew waits excitedly to see what they'll find behind the wall. Luffy says, it's sad that we have to leave so early. Land of blocks. Gomu Gomu no? Zoro says, finally we can leave. Sanji says, serves you right, you perverted giant. Usopp says, please let it be Elbaf outside. Luffy says, Kong gun. Luffy's giant punch destroys the wall and the Straw Hat crew jumps outside along with Iskat. In the final panel of the chapter, we see a smile on Luffy's face when he sees what's outside. Straw Hat crew says, all right, we're outside? Luffy says, oh. End of the chapter. No break next week. Well, what did you all think of the chapter? Don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. See you next time, and thanks.